When disaster strikes, it's not the $300 survival kits or flashy gadgets that'll save you. It's the overlooked, dirt-cheap essentials hiding in plain sight, like the $1 items sitting quietly on aisle 4 of your local dollar store. In a full-blown collapse, practicality beats price tags, and today I'm revealing $7 store items that'll become absolute survival gold when the shelves are empty and the lights go out. These aren't backup options, they're the first to vanish in a crisis. From water hacks to stealth fire tools, and even barter-ready essentials, these budget-friendly items will completely change how you prep smart without breaking the bank. If you're serious about surviving on a budget, don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell for weekly prepping strategies that actually work when it matters most. Let's dive in. 1. Plastic tablecloth. The unsung hero of survival gear. At first glance, a plastic tablecloth might seem like nothing more than cheap party decor, but in a survival situation, this unassuming dollar store item transforms into one of the most versatile tools in your arsenal. The truth is, most people overlook it entirely, until they're wet, cold, or desperate. Let's break down why this simple sheet of plastic could be a lifesaver when the chips are down. First and foremost, plastic tablecloth are water-resistant, wind-blocking, lightweight, and incredibly compact. These qualities alone make them a survival powerhouse. Imagine you're caught in a sudden downpour without shelter. By stringing a tablecloth over a rope between two trees, you've got an instant emergency tent to keep you dry. Or maybe the ground is too wet to sleep on. Lay it out as a waterproof barrier to protect yourself and your gear. Staying dry isn't just about comfort, it's about survival. Hypothermia can set in quickly when you're wet, even in mild conditions. But the uses don't stop there. Most plastic tablecloth are large, often designed to cover 6-foot tables, giving you a surprising amount of material to work with. You can cut it into strips to wrap gear, patch holes in tarps, or even create makeshift bags for carrying water, firewood, or supplies. Need a quick poncho? Cut a hole in the center and wear it like a cape. It's not breathable, but it'll keep you dry when the skies open up. Plastic tablecloth also shine in group settings. You can portion them out for multiple uses: ground liners, seat covers, or even insulation sheets. In a barter economy, small sections of clean, water-resistant material could hold significant value. People will trade for items that keep them dry and protected, especially when they realize how few thought to pack something so simple. And let's not forget its potential for signaling. A brightly colored tablecloth can serve as a distress signal, whether tied to a tree, laid flat in an open area, or cut into strips as trail markers. Its visibility could mean the difference between being found or staying lost. Finally, the portability of a plastic tablecloth is unmatched. Folded into a small square, it takes up less space than a t-shirt and weighs almost nothing. You can easily carry 2 or 3 in your go bag without sacrificing room for other essentials. So, the next time you're in the party aisle, grab a couple of these. When the world gets messy, this humble sheet of plastic might just be the smartest dollar you've ever spent. 2. Mini bungee cords. The small but mighty survival tool. When it comes to survival gear, bungee cords are often overlooked in favor of flashier, more expensive tools. But here's the kicker. It's not the big, heavy-duty bungees that give you the edge. It's the tiny dollar store mini bungee cords that truly shine when the stakes are high. These little tension-packed tools are the unsung heroes of any survival kit, and their versatility will leave you wondering why you didn't stock up sooner. Mini bungee cords are often dismissed because they don't look tactical or impressive. They're small, unassuming, and don't scream survival gear, but when disaster strikes, their utility becomes crystal clear. Need to secure a tarp? Mini bungees make it quick and easy. Lost your belt? One of these cords can hold up your pants in a pinch. Need to hang food out of reach of critters? A mini bungee cord has you covered. Their uses are endless, and their compact size makes them incredibly convenient to carry. One of the biggest advantages of mini bungees is their ability to simplify shelter setups. If you've got a tarp and some poles, these cords let you build and dismantle shelters in seconds. No knots, no hassle. In wet, cold, or low-light conditions, fumbling with rope can be a nightmare. A quick hook and release with a bungee cord Game changer. You can also use them to reinforce shelter corners when your cordage runs out or to secure loose tent poles. But their utility doesn't stop at shelter. Mini bungees are perfect for organizing and securing gear. Strap a flashlight to a stick for a makeshift torch, create a sling for carrying firewood, or secure a water bottle to your backpack. Need to air dry wet clothes? Snap up a clothesline between two trees. These cords are the difference between chaos and control in a survival scenario. In a barter economy, mini bungees are pure gold. When people can't find cordage or adhesives, a clean pack of tension cords becomes highly valuable. They're reusable, compact, and incredibly versatile, making them an excellent trade item. Plus, they're safer than rope in many cases. No sharp knots or unraveling ends, just reliable elastic tension. Pro tip: wrap a few mini bungees around the handles or straps of your bug-out bag. Not only are they instantly accessible, but they also double as emergency gear clamps if something breaks while you're on the move. For under $1 a piece, these little cords pack more survival power than most overpriced gadgets. While others are busy hoarding machetes and folding shovels, you'll be quietly securing your shelter, gear, and sanity with these underrated tools. 3. Disposable foam plates and cups. The hygiene and insulation lifesaver. Most people see foam plates and cups as disposable party supplies, cheap, flimsy, and one-use only. But in a survival scenario, these lightweight items become invaluable assets. Their true power lies in their versatility, insulation properties, and ability to maintain hygiene in situations where cleanliness is critical. Let's start with the basics. Foam plates and cups are incredibly lightweight and stackable, making them easy to pack without taking up much space. A 10-pack of each can slide into your bug-out bag alongside your tools, food, and fire-starting gear. But their real value becomes apparent when you're off-grid and resources are scarce. In a crisis, access to running water, soap, and cleaning supplies may be limited. Reusing metal or ceramic dishes means you'll need a way to clean and sanitize them, which can waste precious water and fuel. Foam plates and cups eliminate that problem entirely. Use them once, toss them, and you've got no mess, no germs, and no risk of contamination. This is especially important when disease control is a top priority. Foam's insulating properties are another game changer. Pour hot soup or coffee into a foam cup, and you can hold it without burning your hands. Something thin plastic or tin can't offer. The same goes for cold drinks. Foam keeps liquids cooler for longer and prevents condensation from soaking your gear. In freezing conditions, foam plates and cups can even double as makeshift insulation pads for small items or as windbreaks for small flames. But the utility doesn't stop there. Foam plates can stabilize uneven surfaces, like a wobbly stove or pot. Need a scoop for dry goods or powdered drink mix. A foam cup works perfectly. Punch a few holes in a plate, and you've got a DIY strainer. In group settings, foam tableware allows you to distribute food without the need for washing up, maintaining hygiene and efficiency. Foam also has unexpected mechanical uses. Cut into strips, it becomes lightweight padding for splints or bandages. Place it under fragile items in your pack for shock absorption. Tape a section to a pole or bottle for added grip. Its soft, compressible nature makes it ideal for stabilizing gear. In a barter economy, foam plates and cups hold surprising value. Clean, unused tableware becomes a hot commodity for families, medics, or mobile camps that can't afford to waste water or fuel on cleaning. For just $1 or $2, you can stock up on a supply that could keep you fed, organized, and clean for weeks. So the next time someone scoffs at foam tableware in your prepping stash, let them laugh. When the world shuts down, your party trash might just be the cleanest, safest, and most practical gear on the block. On for aluminum baking tray. The lightweight survival workhorse. At first glance, an aluminum baking tray might seem like it belongs in the kitchen. Not your survival kit, but in a grid-down scenario, this humble dollar store item becomes a multifunctional powerhouse. Lightweight, malleable, and heat-resistant, it's one of the most versatile tools you can carry, and it costs next to nothing. Let's start with the obvious: cooking. Whether you're working with a campfire, a makeshift grill, or even a solar oven, an aluminum tray provides a durable, heat-resistant surface for preparing food. Roast meat, bake bread, or boil water. It can handle the heat without warping, cracking, or releasing harmful chemicals. And if you don't have a pot to purify water, you can use the tray to create a solar still. Just fill it with water, cover it with plastic wrap or foil, and let the sun do the work. But cooking is just the beginning. Aluminum trays are incredibly useful for water collection and storage. Line one with foil and use it to catch rainwater or melting snow. In wet or muddy conditions, flip it over to create a dry platform for prepping food, assembling gear, or keeping tinder elevated while starting a fire. Need a heat reflector? Turn the tray upside down and place it near a candle or small fire to direct warmth into your shelter or dry wet clothes. The reflective surface of an aluminum tray also makes it a valuable signaling tool. Polish it up, and you've got an improvised signal mirror. Alternatively, use it as a reflective panel to enhance the efficiency of solar chargers or other devices. When it comes to protection and repair, aluminum trays shine. Cut them into strips to patch holes in containers, reinforce weak points in your shelter, or even create makeshift armor for fragile gear. Fold the edges and tape them together to make windbreakers for stoves or candles. And if you need a basic alarm system, hang a tray with some string and pebbles to create a noise-making tripwire. In first aid situations, aluminum trays can be lifesavers. A curved section can act as a splint, while the sterile surface is perfect for laying out medical tools or supplies. And because they're so lightweight and stackable, you can carry several trays in your pack without sacrificing space. Finally, let's talk barter. In a post-collapse economy, the versatility of aluminum skyrockets. A single tray can be broken down and traded piece by piece as fuel reflectors, food dishes, or insulation panels. For something so cheap and flexible, aluminum trays punch far above their weight class. While others overlook them, you'll be cooking, signaling, and surviving with a tool they never thought to pack. 5 Old garden hose. The survival Swiss Army knife, that cracked, coiled-up garden hose sitting in your shed, might look like trash, but in a survival scenario, it's a hidden gem. Flexible, durable, and waterproof, a garden hose can be repurposed into dozens of survival tools, making it one of the most underrated items you can salvage. The most obvious use for a garden hose is water transport. In a grid-down situation, you might need to draw water from a stream, pond, or storage tank without moving heavy containers. A garden hose acts as a simple siphon, allowing you to quietly and efficiently transfer water downhill or into smaller containers. This can be a game changer when access to clean water is limited, but the utility doesn't stop there. Cut the hose into sections, and you've got improvised padding or insulation. Wrap it around tool handles to reduce impact and vibration, or line sharp-edged gear in your pack to prevent cuts and punctures. If you're building a makeshift shelter, hose segments can provide grip and shock absorption, making your structure more durable in harsh conditions. Short lengths of hose can also be converted into tie-downs or fasteners. Slide rope through the hose to create tension loops for securing tarps, tents, or rain catchers. The friction-resistant tubing prevents rope burn and extends the life of your cordage. And in a medical emergency, hose segments can serve as splint braces, limb separators, or even tourniquet pads. Need a funnel? Cut the hose at an angle to create a crude spout for transferring liquids like water, fuel, or cooking oil. Need to keep a fire going? Use the hose as a manual bellows to blow air into kindling deep in a flame pit. And if you're in close quarters, a hose can even function as a primitive speaking tube. Shout through one end, and the sound travels to the other. In a barter economy, a single garden hose can be cut into multiple survival items. Offer custom-cut pieces as bushcraft sleeves, fuel transfer tools, or tension clamps. Simple, rugged, and endlessly useful. A garden hose is far more than just garden gear. It's a survival multi-tool waiting to be repurposed. 6 Duct tape roll core. The hidden gem inside the tape. Everyone knows duct tape is a survival essential, but what about the cardboard roll left behind when the tape runs out? Most people toss it without a second thought, but in a true survival scenario, that empty core is a tool with surprising potential. First and foremost, the roll is an excellent fire starter. The dense, dry cardboard ignites quickly and burns steadily, making it perfect for starting a fire or extending its burn time. Tear it into strips, fluff the inner layers, and you've got tinder that catches a spark with ease. Or drop the entire roll into your fire pit. It'll burn like a mini log. Add a bit of wax or grease, and you've got a long-lasting heat source for damp conditions. The roll's rigid, cylindrical shape also makes it useful for structural purposes. It can act as a spacer, a splint support, or a shock absorber for fragile gear. Slide it over small tools or rods to prevent clanking, or wedge it into tight compartments to stabilize items. Split it lengthwise, and it becomes padding for emergency footwear or gear straps. Need to organize your cordage? Thread paracord, wire or twine through the roll and wrap it tightly. You've just created a compact storage spool without spending a dime. The roll can also serve as a makeshift sheath for small blades or sharp tools, protecting both the tool and your gear. In camp, the roll has even more uses. Cut it diagonally to create a funnel or scoop for transferring rice, beans, or powders. Place a candle or flashlight inside, and the roll acts as a light diffuser, softening the glow and preserving night vision. This is especially useful during tactical movements or quiet shelter nights. And don't underestimate its barter value. In the early stages of a collapse, people will throw these cores away. But as resources dwindle, their utility will become apparent. A bundle of 3 or 4 rolls can be traded for food, tools, or other essentials. The bottom line? The duct tape roll core may look like trash, but in survival, even the scraps have value. Save the tape and the core. You'll thank yourself later. 7 leftover zip ties. The silent survival MVP. Zip ties are one of those items that seem too simple to be useful, until you're in a survival situation. Fast, silent, and incredibly strong for their size, these little plastic strips are a prepper's best friend. And the best part, they're dirt cheap and weigh almost nothing. The primary strength of zip ties lies in their ability to secure gear quickly and efficiently. Need to rig up a shelter? Zip ties can fasten tarps, poles, and ropes in seconds. Got a broken strap or loose bag flap? A zip tie will hold it together. Need to attach gear to your pack or vest? Thread a tie through the loops, and you're good to go. But zip ties aren't just for gear. In a grid-down scenario, they can be used for security. A zip tie around a doorknob or cabinet latch can delay access to supplies, secure tent zippers, or even act as a basic lock. And in extreme situations, multiple zip ties can serve as improvised restraints. Zip ties also have medical applications. They can anchor splints, secure makeshift tourniquets, or act as finger braces. Too tight? Use multiple loose ties to distribute pressure. They're not a replacement for a med kit, but they're a valuable addition to your toolkit. The versatility of zip ties extends to organization and construction. Use them to bundle cords, wires, or gear. Rig up a drying line, hang lanterns or lash branches together for a stretcher. They're faster than rope, don't slip, and are completely silent. Ideal for stealthy operations. In a barter economy, zip ties are gold. While others hoard rope, you'll have pre-cut single-use fasteners that are clean, convenient, and tactical. A bundle of 20 can be traded for food, tools, or other essentials. The bottom line, zip ties are cheap, lightweight, and endlessly useful. Stock up now, because when the world falls apart, these little strips of plastic will be worth their weight in gold. Bonus 1. Cotton bandanas, the ultimate multi-tool for survival. A simple cotton bandana might seem like a fashion accessory or a cleaning rag, but in a survival situation, it's one of the most versatile tools you can carry. Lightweight, compact, and incredibly cheap, a bandana can serve dozens of purposes, making it an essential addition to any prepper's kit. Let's start with the basics. Protection. A bandana can shield your face from dust, smoke, or debris in the air, which is critical during wildfires, building collapses, or even sandstorms. Fold it into a triangle and tie it around your nose and mouth for an instant dust mat. In cold weather, it can double as a scarf to keep your neck warm, while in hot climates, soaking it in water and wearing it around your neck can help regulate your body temperature. But the utility doesn't stop there. A bandana is an excellent first aid tool. Fold it into a makeshift tourniquet, use it as a sling for an injured arm, or wrap it around a wound to stop bleeding. Its soft, absorbent material makes it ideal for cleaning wounds or applying pressure to injury. In a pinch, you can even use it as a bandage or a head wrap to protect against sunburn. Need to filter water? A bandana can act as a pre-filter to remove large debris like leaves, dirt, or insects before boiling or chemically treating the water. It's not a replacement for a proper water filter, but it's a valuable first step in making water safe to drink. And speaking of water, a bandana can also be used to collect dew in the early morning. Simply drag it across grass or leaves, then wring it out into a container. In a survival scenario, improvisation is key and a bandana excels in this area. Use it as a pouch to carry small items like berries, nuts, or tinder. Tie the corners together to create a hobo-style bag for carrying supply. Need to mark a trail or signal for help? A brightly colored bandana can be tied to a tree or waved as a flag. It's lightweight, easy to spot, and can be seen from a distance. A bandana also has practical uses around camp. Use it as a pot holder to handle hot cookware, a dishcloth to clean utensils, or a strainer for food preparation. It can even serve as a makeshift rope in a pinch. Just twist it tightly and use it to secure gear or tie down a tarp. Finally, let's talk barter. In a post-collapse economy, clean, multi-purpose items like bandanas will be in high demand. They're easy to trade, and their versatility makes them valuable to everyone, from medics to hunters to families. For just $1 or $2, you can stock up on an item that could save your life in countless ways. Bonus 2. Tea light candles. Small but mighty survival tools. Tea light candles are often overlooked as survival gear, but these tiny, inexpensive items pack a surprising amount of utility into a small package. Available in bulk at most dollar stores, tea lights are lightweight, compact, and incredibly versatile, making them a must-have for any prepper. The most obvious use for tea lights is as a light source. In a power outage or grid-down scenario, these small candles can provide hours of illumination. Place one in a glass jar or a makeshift lantern to amplify the light and protect the flame from wind. Need to light up a larger area? Use multiple tea lights to create a makeshift chandelier or line them up along a path for safe navigation in the dark. But tea lights aren't just for lighting, they're also excellent for starting fires. The wax and wick make them easy to ignite, even in damp conditions. Use a tea light to get your kindling going, or place it under wet wood to help it dry out and catch fire. The steady, controlled flame is perfect for situations where you need a reliable heat source. Speaking of heat, tea lights can also be used for cooking or warming small spaces. Place a few under a metal rack or a clay pot to create a DIY stove or heater. While they won't replace a full-sized camp stove, they can be a lifesaver in a pinch, especially for heating water or cooking small meals. In freezing conditions, a few tea lights in an enclosed space can raise the temperature enough to prevent hypothermia. Tea lights also have practical uses beyond light and heat. The melted wax can be used to waterproof small items like matches, paper, or fabric. Dip the item into the liquid wax, let it cool, and you've got a water-resistant coating. The wax can also be used to lubricate zippers, hinges, or other moving parts, making it a handy tool for gear maintenance. In a barter economy, tea lights are a valuable trade item. Their small size and low cost make them easy to stockpile, and their utility ensures they'll be in high demand. A single tea light can be traded for food, water, or other essentials, making them a smart investment for any prepper. The bottom line, tea light candles may be small, but their versatility and utility make them a powerful addition to your survival kit. Stock up now, because when the lights go out, these little candles will shine. Bonus 3. Shower curtain liners. The overlooked survival shield. Shower curtain liners are one of the most underrated items you can find at a dollar store. Lightweight, waterproof, and surprisingly durable, these plastic sheets have a wide range of survival applications that make them an essential addition to any prepper's stash. The most obvious use for a shower curtain liner is as a waterproof barrier. In a survival situation, staying dry is critical, and a shower curtain liner can be used to create an emergency shelter, ground cover, or rain poncho. Drape it over a rope or branch to make a quick tarp, or lay it on the ground to keep your sleeping area dry. Its large size and water-resistant properties make it ideal for protecting yourself and your gear from the elements, but the utility doesn't stop there. Shower curtain liners are excellent for water collection and storage. Use one to line a shallow pit and collect rainwater, or fold it into a makeshift container for carrying water. In freezing conditions, the liner can be used to insulate your shelter or wrap around your body to retain heat. It's not breathable, but it's better than losing body heat to the cold. Shower curtain liners also have practical uses for food preparation and hygiene. Lay one down as a clean surface for cutting or preparing food, or use it as a makeshift tablecloth to keep your eating area sanitary. In a pinch, you can even use it as a solar still to purify water. Simply dig a hole, place the liner over it, and use rocks to create a low point where condensation can collect. In a medical emergency, A shower curtain liner can serve as a sterile surface for treating wounds or laying out supplies. Cut it into strips to create bandages, slings, or tourniquets. Its waterproof properties also make it useful for protecting injuries from dirt and moisture. And let's not forget its potential for signaling. A brightly colored shower curtain liner can be used as a distress signal, whether tied to a tree, laid flat in an open area, or cut into strips as trail markers. Its large size and visibility make it an effective way to attract attention in a rescue situation. Finally, shower curtain liners have significant barter value. In a post-collapse economy, clean, waterproof materials will be in high demand. A single liner can be traded for food, tools, or other essentials, making it a valuable asset in any survival scenario. The bottom line: shower curtain liners are cheap, lightweight, and incredibly versatile. Don't overlook them the next time you're at the dollar store. When the world gets messy, this simple plastic sheet could be the difference between comfort and chaos.